Welcome back, everyone, to Coding at Home and Creating a Website with Dreams for Schools. Now that we've spent some time learning about HTML, how to use tags, how to use paragraphs, and formatting and fonts, we're going to get started on creating our own website and actually making it a project. So what we'll do today is we'll show you how to go into the classroom, create your project, and get started with working on it and making sure that you reach the different checkpoints so that you can make progress on your personal website. We'll log into our Replit account as a student and go ahead and go into our Coding at Home, Creating a Website with Dreams for Schools classroom. In our classroom, we've been going through the assignments day by day, week by week, practicing and learning about HTML, headings, paragraphs, font styles, and more. Today we'll go down to the project section, and you'll notice there's a project name and an empty project called My Website Project. What this is a template to get you started on creating your own first website project. You've been learning different things, but now it's time to piece it all together. So whenever you're ready, we're going to go ahead and click on My Website Project. Now, when our project opens up, it'll take a few minutes to load, but once it's done, you'll notice this is what it looks like. The left-hand side has a file section with different files. It's currently selected to checkpoint 1, and there's checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3, checkpoint 4, checkpoint 5. We'll come back to this. As you click on each one, you'll notice there's a window in between that changes and it has different instructions. And then on our right is our window that has the output as well. First, we're going to go ahead and change this name to something more cool than My Website Project 1. So go ahead and click the Edit button, which is the pencil icon. And you can rename this to be any title you want. You can call it My First Website. You can call it with your name if you'd like, whatever you like. I'm just going to call it My First Cool Website. And I'm just going to click anywhere out of the box and it'll automatically save. There it is. And now it's called My First Cool Website, as you'll see up top. You can change your name of your project anytime. What we want to do is we want to give you different checkpoints that you should meet and guide you so that you can create your own first website. So here you have your index.html page where you'll write your actual code for your website, and you can change the title of your website from My Personal Website to something else. You can have it match the title of your project. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and say My First Cool Website. And let's go back to checkpoint 1 now. In checkpoint 1, you'll see there's different instructions, and we can toggle the windows as needed so that we can read more of it at once, so that we can read less, however we'd like. I'm going to expand this and let's go through it. Project checkpoint 1. Our objective with this project is to start working on your personal website by organizing and writing the text content. You're going to use index.html for your website, which is the file on the left-hand side right here. Here are the requirements for checkpoint 1. We want you to introduce your site with a page heading, and you'll notice it's referring to assignment 1.2. That's the assignment where you got practice on how to do headings. The second requirement is we would like you to create an About Me section, which must have a heading that introduces a section, again referring to 1.2, and it should include a paragraph with information about yourself. We're recommending you create a personal portfolio website to highlight favorite things about you, to highlight your interests. So along those lines, that's why we're recommending an About Me section. Number 3, we're going to ask that you create 3 other sections about your favorite things. Now these can be your favorite memes, your favorite books, videos, video games, other things that you're interested in. And you should have a heading that introduces each of the sections which you learned about in 1.2. Number 4, we're going to change the font family and add some color to your text. And you can learn how to do this from assignment 1.4. And number 5, we recommend that you use an unordered or ordered list in some way. And this refers to what you learned in 1.5. Don't worry about getting videos and pictures on your site as you go through this, as it'll mostly be text in this round. And that's because as we go through the next few weeks, you'll learn how to do videos, you'll learn how to do links, you'll learn how to do photos and images. And that way you can kind of make it better as you learn each week. So our checkpoint 1 is merely to get us started and caught up on what we've learned so far and putting it into practice. If we look at checkpoint 2, you'll notice it continues with number 6, which is adding divs, which you'll start to learn about, adding comments, images, links, and videos. So the goal of these checkpoints is to guide you as we learn different concepts to making the same amount of progress on your own website. So with that, again, you'll use index.html to write your code. This is what you'll be building out. And by the end of, you should be able to complete your coding website. Now that we've gone over checkpoint 1, I want to show you checkpoint 2, 3, 4, and 5 to give you a little preview. Checkpoint 2 goes into an objective more around making your site better with the text content. In checkpoint 1, you focused on paragraphs and headings. In checkpoint 2, you'll focus on adding comments, divs, and sections and media like images, links, and videos. In checkpoint 3, you're going to add CSS styling and colors and fonts to your website so that there's a little bit of a pop to it. In checkpoint 4, you're going to add more CSS to create a better website that has margins, that has borders and padding, and it looks clean. And last but not least, checkpoint 5 uses Bootstrap, which you'll learn about a little bit later, and you'll learn how to add a header and a footer so that you can have a navigation menu as well. If you can make it through all the checkpoints, 1 through 5, then you will have successfully created your own website. So going back to checkpoint 1, this is where we want you to get started. Every week, you'll get different assignments that you've been practicing with, and they'll be referred here in case you forget how to do something. So if we don't remember the code for how to do a paragraph, we can go back to assignment 1.3 referenced here and learn and come back here and write our code in our index.html website. So with that, the first assignment for you this week is to work on your project, to get checkpoint 1 done and have your code written so that you can have an About Me section, a page heading, your 3 favorite things sections, a font family, and a list of some sort. So go ahead and practice and go ahead and write your code in index.html. Once you're done with your website, you can go back to see where you stored it by clicking on this menu here and going to My REPLs. Now, if you go to My REPLs, you'll see that there it is, my first cool website. That's what I just created. And if you click on it, you can get back to working on it at any time. Now, if you want to go to the classroom, the easiest way to do that is, again, to go to this menu and click on Students. And here's our classroom for coding at home, and you can go into it. And here's our assignments as well. Now let's go back down here and notice something that's interesting. Under Projects, we have My Website Project, and we have a status, which is now says REPL linked. Now if we click on this directly, it will also take us to our first cool website project that we've created. I hope you all enjoy working on checkpoint 1, and we look forward to seeing what you come up with.